Hey guys. All right, welcome to the Rigganators live stream. I'm Scott Riggan. It's good to see you guys here. It is February 15th, 2024, and I'm going to start putting the date like this on the screen so that, because a lot of times I will go back to Facebook, to the group, and see that a bunch of people have commented on last week's or last, like the previous live stream that I did. Hey, hello everybody. You know, like they think that's the live one. And I realized, oh, that's a really easy mistake to make. You see live stream and you figure it's the current one, but it's actually one from a couple weeks ago. So I thought, well, I'm going to put the date up there just like that. So at the very beginning, there's no question if you're looking at the right one. But anyway, welcome everybody. Hello. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. We're going to have a great time tonight. I'm super excited about the music that we're going to do and have some fun things to talk about. Let me get my trusty iPad open here, and it has decided it doesn't like my thumbprint, so I got to type it in. Okay, let's see if anyone is showing up yet. Looks like we are live, so that's always good news. And yeah, here we go. So we've got quite a few people in here. We've got Robin, Claudia, and Linda, and Sandra, and Natalie. All right, this is going to be a good night. This is going to be fun. All right, so everybody say hi. Let me know that you're here in the comments. And first thing, though, I want to tell you, Inner Circle folks, if you're part of the Patreon subscriber group, we're having a Zoom call right after this is over. And so if that's not something that you're part of yet and you want to go check it out, there is a link in the description here and you can go see what that's all about. So that's going to be fun. We're going to be doing that this evening. I want to tell you about our next live stream here on Facebook. It's going to be, drum roll, I don't have any drums, but it's going to be a worship night. So in a couple of weeks, what would that be? That would be March I can't see my calendar from here. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it's the 7th. I think it's March 7th, Thursday, first Thursday in March. Yeah, it's the 7th. Going to be a worship night, and I know that's one that whenever we do that, people really like that. So, which I'm super excited to get to do. I love leading a bunch of worship songs, putting a set together. So don't miss it. That's coming up March the 7th, whatever the first Thursday of March is. And so that's coming up. So that's our next one. That'll be fun. And I'm going to dive right into the music. I always say that and then I end up talking a lot. But let me check in with comments real quick, see who else is here. Let's see. I can't get it to refresh for some reason. Steven's here. Hello, Claudia. All right. More people coming in. Okay, great. Well, we're going to go ahead and do this first song. And this is one, I'm not going to really explain a whole lot about it other than to say that I've recorded this one twice. It's on my very first album, first solo album from 2002. And when I did a sort of compilation best of album, I decided I wanted to re-record it. And so we did this live recording of it. And I love the way it turned out, and so this is the live version of the song. But anyway, this is called "Like Incense." And bottom line of the song is this: that it astonishes me that our prayers, that our worship to God actually brings Him pleasure. That God could actually be moved by our worship. And I think it's telling that in the Bible, in the Book of Psalms, and also in the Book of Revelation, our prayers are described as a sweet fragrance that rises before the throne of God, and that to me is amazing. So anyway, this is called "Like Incense." How do I tell of all that fills my heart? Where are the words to testify? The sweetest of songs would tell of who you are, Lord. So I will let my praises rise like incense before you, a fragrant offering when you bring me into the throne room to stand before a king, and I worship worship you, oh, I adore you. I cannot help but sing, and I know my prayers like incense. As I lift my voice, I know that you're listening, Lord. You love to hear me call your name. So here in your presence, now I dare to speak, offering you all of my praise. Like incense before you, a fragrant offering when you bring me into the throne room to stand before a king, and I worship you, oh, I adore you. I cannot help but sing, I know my prayers rising from the temple of my soul, rising from the temple of my soul to your heart like incense before you, a fragrant offering when you bring me into the throne room to stand before a king, and I worship you, oh, I adore you. I cannot help but sing, I know my praise is just like incense before you, a fragrant offering when you bring me into the throne room to stand before a king, and I worship you, oh, I adore you. I cannot help but sing, I know my prayer is like incense, just like incense. I remember having a conversation with the electric guitar player, Thad Beatty, who was in the band Sugarland at the time, and I told him, I don't want like a crazy guitar solo, I want vibe. I want something that's kind of really chill, and then kind of build it up, ramp up into something. Love what he did. So that's like incense, and it is from this album right here, which is called Remember, and that is a compilation of a bunch of stuff from the first 10 years or so, 8 years of my music career as a solo artist. Recorded, I think there's 15 songs on that record, and 8 of them are either brand new songs or new recordings, like that one, the live recording of Like Incense. All right, so let's check in again and see who else here before we go on. I've got a couple of announcements I'm going to share. So let's see. All right. Herschel's here. That's my dad. Hi, Mom and Dad. Glad you're here. And yeah, Sandra, Night of Worship, March 7th. Hello, Robin. Hello, Geraldine, and Michelle. And thank you, Sandra. That's very kind. Darlene is here. Hey, Darlene. Tanya is here. Hello, Tanya. And Amber, glad you made it. And all right. So good to see all you guys. So I have a sort of, I don't know why the focus goes out. I'm not sure how to fix that. I have a sort of new project coming out tomorrow. Yes. The reality is, though, there's no new recordings on it. So those of you who are sort of diehard, fans, and you've collected everything, yeah, you've already heard all of it. But what I'm doing, in fact, let me show you. This is what the cover of it looks like. It's going to be on Spotify as of midnight Eastern time, and Spotify and Google and Apple and just all the places, all the YouTube, all the places where the music is. But the album is called Never Alone, and it's a collection of songs that are comforting or kind of address grief. And so in a really encouraging way. And here's the reason that I am doing this. For the next several months, I'm going to be putting some effort behind promoting some of my older songs. One of them I'm going to do in just a minute. It's called Never. And I put out that's also a song I recorded twice. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize there was a theme there. Songs I've recorded more than once. But the song Never, it says, I will never leave you, never will forsake you. It's, though you can't see clearly, you are never alone. And sometime I'll tell you the story behind how I wrote that song. Not today. But that song I recorded in 2002 on my first album. But I also re-recorded it, I think a year and a half ago, something like that, and released it with another song. And I didn't give any attention to it at all. And I thought, I think it's deserving of getting a little bit of marketing push. And so I decided I'm going to put it on this project. I also have a few other songs that I never really promoted, but I think have the potential to connect with a listening audience. And so they're also on this. And so over the next few months, I'm going to be promoting some of those songs. The first one, though, is Never. I start promoting that tomorrow, and then I have a video for that song coming out next Friday. So I'll be letting you know when that's out there. I'm not doing a video premiere event this time with that song. I've got too much going on. But that video will come out next week. I'll let you know about it here in the group. And also, if you're on my mailing list, you will never miss anything because you'll get emails about stuff. So if you want to be on that mailing list, I would love to know that I can always contact you. Facebook makes it hard because you can't rely on Facebook always allowing me to connect with you. They could shut us down like that any day. So be on my mailing list, and then I can always reach you. So anyway, the new sort of EP, the new project comes out tomorrow, and that song Never, I'm going to start promoting it tomorrow as well. The other songs, I'll just tell you this: the other songs that I'm going to be promoting over the next few months are a song called Even If, which some of you are familiar with, and that one goes all the way back to, again, another song that I've recorded more than once. I guess I've done a lot of that. My old band recorded it in the 90s, and it was a modest top 20 Christian radio. The word hit is the wrong phrase because it was not on the charts very long, but it got into the top 20. And I remember it was such a thrill listening to Christian radio and hearing them play our song, right? And I remember the guy that was hosting I think it was CCM Top 20 Countdown, was a guy named Gary Chapman. Some of you may know who that is. And I remember him every time making jokes about our name, like the lamest jokes. Our band name was called The Nobodies. I mean, fill in your own dumb joke. We should never have chosen that name. But anyway, it was such a thrill. So that song, Even If, I re-recorded it, and it's on my Beautiful and Terrible album from a couple years ago. And I just decided that song I think it's commercial enough that and meaningful enough that I think it would connect with people. So I'm going to promote that. And then leading up to Memorial Day in May, I'm going to be promoting the song Mrs. Taylor. And if you've not heard that song, go check it out because I think it's a really moving song. I have sung it a lot at veterans events and Memorial Day events and on, 4th of July kinds of things. It's a pretty heavy song, but I've always been really proud of it. I have a video that I just had produced that is fantastic. Absolutely, hands down, the best video I've ever had made. I think it's going to really be moving. And so I'm going to be promoting that also in May leading up to Memorial Day. So anyway, that's more news than I was planning on telling you, but that is what is going to be happening. So I'd like to do this song, a song that says, I will never leave you, never will forsake you, and you're never alone. It's called Never. And it's, again, it's not on any of my CDs at all. It's a song that's only available on digital platforms, Spotify, YouTube, and stuff like that. So anyway, so here comes the song Never. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it. And I hope this song is an encouragement to you. Okay, here we go. I will never leave you, never will forsake you. Nothing here can take you from my hand. Let not your heart be troubled in all of your struggles. This is all you need to understand. Oh, such a beautiful moment, ruined by hitting the wrong button. We're going to rewind. I'm going to do that again. Yeah. Okay. The wrong track started. This is Never. I will never leave you, never will forsake you. Nothing here can take you from my hand. Let not your heart be troubled in all of your struggles. This is all you need to understand. And I will never leave you, never here forsake you. Nothing here can take you from my hand. Let not your heart be troubled in all of your struggles. This is all you need to understand. I love you. I love you. And though you can't see clearly, you are never alone. I will never leave you. I never will forsake you. And I will always love you, love you. Oh, and I will never leave you. You never. Oh, you're never alone. Never leave you, and I will never leave you. Okay, so that's Never. And again, I've recorded a couple of versions on it, of that song, but the newest one is on this little new project called Never Alone. And yeah, I'm going to check in with comments really quick and see who all's still here. Hope I haven't driven you away by my lack of professionalism. Here's the sweet spot that I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for charmingly amateur. So, that's what I'm shooting for. Because I know I'm not going to be able to hit perfect ever. So let's see. Some more folks saying hi. Randy is here, and thank you, Becky. I appreciate that. And thank you so much, Robin. I appreciate that as well. She says, I love Mrs. Taylor, the song I was talking about. I've shared that on my Facebook page on Veterans Day. It always makes me cry. Very powerful. Man, wait till you see this video. It just was perfect. So good. Anyway. And Dina is here. Natalie, you're right. I know. Totally right. And Cleveland, hello. And Sandra, so I recorded Never twice. So it is on my All I Know album. And then I made a new version, which is the arrangement I just did. Because the first version was actually kind of upbeat, which I liked. But I also felt like the song worked in a more reflective kind of way. And so that is what that's all about. So Amber, that's great. Thank you. All right, guys. So I'd like to just kind of take a moment and look at some scripture really quick. I was thinking, stop it. Charmingly amateur. The scripture I'd like to read, just thinking about how God will God says he'll never leave us or forsake us. And it just, to me, draws my attention to there are a number of scriptures that talk about how God views his relationship with you and I, that he views himself as father to his children. And understanding that that's the way he's chosen to describe our relationship, that tells me an awful lot. And Romans 8:14-16 says, "For those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. The Spirit you received does not make you slaves so that you live in fear again. Rather, the Spirit you received brought about your adoption into sonship. And by him we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself testifies with our spirit that we are God's children." And that gave me kind of an excuse to do a song that I really love that I haven't gotten to do for a while. And so I'm going to do the song No Longer Slaves. And hopefully technology will cooperate this time. So, you unravel me with a melody. You surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears are gone. And I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. And I'm no longer a slave to fear. No, I am a child of God. Charmingly amateur. From my mother's womb, you have chosen me. Love has called my name. I've been born again into your family. Your blood flows through my veins, and I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God, and I'm no longer a slave to fear. No, I am a child of God. You took the sea so I could walk right through. You drowned my fears in perfect love. You rescued me and I will stand and sing. I am a child of God. Oh, I am a child of God. Oh, I am a child of God. Yes, I am a child of God. And I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. And I'm no longer a slave to fear. No, I am a child of God. And I will never leave you, never will forsake you. Nothing here can take you from my hand. Let not your heart be troubled in all of your struggles. This is all you need to understand. I love you. No longer slaves. Those of us who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. And we are no longer slaves to fear. To me, that's a powerful thing. So, a reminder: this new project of previously released songs, but still songs that I'm going to be doing some promotion on, that comes out tomorrow, officially midnight Eastern time tonight. So, for me, in just 10 o'clock my time, it'll show up in Spotify, and at that point, I'm going to go and on Spotify, I'm going to hit the little heart button on each of the songs, and have it start to play on a loop for a while. Is that a terrible thing to admit that I do? But I hope you will as well if you are so inclined. But it just sort of helps Spotify's algorithms to realize, okay, somebody's listening to this, and then they are more likely to kind of share it with other people. So anyway, that comes out this evening, and oh, you know what? I have the scripture to put on screen. I did all this work and I forgot to put it on there. So there it is. There's that scripture I read, and here's the second half of it. Yeah, okay. I kind of forgot that I actually made that. So, all right. Super quick reminder. Next time we're going to have a worship night. And so I will be putting together some worship songs and have a lyric sheet that you can print out if you want. And so that'll be the 7th of March. That's our very next live stream. So thanks for being here tonight. Those of you who are in the Patreon Inner Circle, we're going to have our Zoom call in just a few minutes. And so go find the email with the Zoom link and join us for that. We always have a good time. If you've never been part of a Patreon thing, it's really just a subscription service. It's a way to support an artist that you care about. And so it is a way to do that, but also get a bunch of cool stuff. So go check out that page if you want to know more about it. I would love to have your support over there. And it's not just, it's great to have support, but it's also really fun for me to like really build deeper relationships with people who are of a like mind, who love the Lord and who are moved by the music that I do. And so I'd love to see you there if you're interested in checking it out. So I guess that's the whole shamil. We are done. So worship night, March 7th, don't forget. And we'll see you in about a week. All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Oh, I should check in one more time with comments to see if anyone said something I should respond to, because sometimes I miss things. So, okay. All right. Hey, Mark Copley. Hello, buddy. It's been a while. And thank you guys. You guys are all so awesome. People are talking about adding it to their playlists, adding the new songs, new stuff to their playlists. So I appreciate that. Thank you. That's a big help. All right. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Caitlin Bailey. That's my niece. All right. God bless you guys. Have a great evening. And if you missed some of this, you can always go back to the media section of the group, and they are all archived there. So if you wanted to catch the beginning of this one tonight, you can just go back as soon as it's over, which is now. We're done. So God bless. Have a great evening. See you next time. Bye-bye.